Baby girl, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Do you like the cake?
I love it.
It's sweet.
I swear it's my second slice now.
So let's do that. So, I've been wanting to have you on my show and...
I've been waiting for my phone call. You've been taking your time, Sha.
No, but I am happy that you're even doing it on your birthday.
Yeah?
Yeah, because it's just a good day to ask. Do you feel misunderstood?
100%.
In Lagos? Nigeria? How? Why?
You're going straight in. No lube, no.
I don't lube you, sis. I don't give you better cake.
No, I definitely feel misunderstood. Not just in Nigeria, Sha, but predominantly, obviously, in Nigeria, I feel misunderstood. There's so many reasons. There's just... Where did I even start?
When I say do you feel misunderstood, I mean, do you think that they don't actually just get you?
100%. I feel like people don't understand, even just the type of person I am, just like me, being an outgoing person, me, being outspoken, me speaking about things that piss me off. Me, I'm very black and white. If I'm happy, I'm happy. If I'm sad, I'm sad. If I'm angry, I'm angry, you know. You understand? You know me. I don't form. I don't know how to be fake. And I feel especially in Nigeria, a lot of people have perfected that whole fake...
Yeah.
Suffer and smile, or just the whole, if you don't like somebody, you still smile with them. I'm not from that. I don't know how to do that. I know how to be real across the board. That's with work, that's with friendship, that's with the relationship, that's with anything. And that's because I like when people are real with me. I appreciate honesty. I appreciate, if I piss you off, tell me I've pissed you off. Don't smile with me, then go and yab me behind my back. Do you understand? I feel a lot of people do that in Nigeria. And I'm just not like that. I'm very direct. I'm very, I know this, I'm not sugarcoating it. The same way, whether it's bad or whether it's good, I give people their flowers as well. So it's not I just, tell people, if they're fucking... am I allowed to swear?
Yeah.
Okay. It's not I just tell people if they're fucking up. If they're doing well as well, I'll tell you, yeah, you're doing... I support people just as much as I clap back, or I say my shit. I just keep it 100 across the board. Do you get me?
So you feel like you're misunderstood because of the Nigerianness here?
100%.
Okay, so that is because you were raised... Okay, let's talk about London.
In the abroad.
Yeah, in the abroad.
Yes.
But you were raised in London all your life?
I was born in London, born and raised in London. Then I got sent here when I was 13.
For school? For
school, for a year, because I was not in school. So I got kicked out of my school in London. I did. And then I got shipped here. Those promises. Yeah, Yeah. I thought I was coming on a 2-week holiday. I ended up staying here for a year.
Okay, but do you think you've always been a naughty girl?
That's another thing, being misunderstood. I don't feel I'm a naughty girl. I feel I'm just misunderstood.
Yeah.
And that's so from childhood I've been misunderstood. And stuff like that is only as an adult, I've come to understand how much my childhood affected me as an adult. Do you understand? So stuff that I went through as a child made me and shaped me into maybe I was angry as a child, or maybe I used to fight a lot. But there's stuff that happened growing up that shaped...
Yes, and people don't know that.
They don't know that, you understand? But even me, I didn't understand sometimes. You understand? I go to therapy. I have a therapist. For the last 4 years, I've had a therapist. And
Please,
I
need a therapist because I'm actually trying to see somebody as well.
I told you should see me now. You know what? I'm so serious.
And I cannot see you as my therapist. I can never see you as my therapist. I love you so much, but you can never be my therapist. Please give me your own therapist. Let me go there too.
My therapist is in the abroad. But you can do... what's this thing called? Zoom therapy.
Yeah.
But I don't feel that's as effective. Yeah, I don't feel that's as effective.
Okay, so the reason why I asked if you've always been a naughty girl is because you said you're growing up in London, you're always naughty. I know that kids that always have issues, they can be naughty, but we don't get them because there's so many things happen with those kids that we don't know. So we judge them.
And I think it's the environment as well. So I grew up in the hood. I grew up in London, but I didn't grow up in the posh part. My dad was the first person in his family to reach the UK. Do you understand? So it's not I went to London, I went to...
Your father was good at being also.
Do you understand? Yeah, my dad was a street hawker. He wasn't... he's not from a rich family. My grandma is an illiterate. Like, she didn't go to school. Like, she couldn't speak a word of English to the day she
I would
died.
never have guessed.
Yeah, like, so, like, people just assume, because she's born in the abroad, she had a... Nah, like,
she's
my
spoiled. Have you gotten that before? Like, she's spoiled.
Of course, like, I was born in abroad. I had the silver spoon in my mouth and all that. No, like, my dad, I barely saw my dad growing up because he was always working. Like, he would work his 9 to 5, he'd do cab driving, then he'd be a security guard in the nights. Like, he did not sleep. And I feel like I've taken that from him because I don't sleep. Like, I'm always hustling. Do you understand? But, like, he literally, like, worked his ass off to, like, make it, like, do you understand? And he only happened to get to the UK because of my mom. He married my mom. So my mom was from a wealthy family.
British?
No, she's Nigerian, but they went to the same church. And she was from a wealthy family. So my dad wasn't from a wealthy family. So already that, they shouldn't have, according to culture or whatever, they shouldn't have.
Your grandparents were not excited about the marriage between them? Of
course not. My mother's family were not excited about it. He was from a poorer background. They didn't have anything to offer, but they fell in love. Then, by God's grace, they now carried them to UK. That's
so are you saying
family.
that your mom's family took your father and mother to the UK?
Yeah. So they supported, they got married and then they
that type of thing.
Yeah.
So your father had to work extra hard
100%.
to prove himself as a man.
Exactly.
So that's why he was never around.
Exactly. He was around, or don't like misquote me.
I understand that, I have to be at work because he has multiple jobs. No, I understand abroad life.
Yeah.
Okay, but like, your mom in all of this, were you guys close?
Whew. God damn.
Because you always talk about your dad, and I know you love your dad to hell and back, right? But you don't talk about your mom. I don't want you to cry, my love, but I just really want you to I just want to understand you on this show. And I'm feeling teary as well. You can look at my eyes. So I'm beginning to understand you even more because we've not had this conversation before.
Okay.
I think I have some mommy issues too, so I can relate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know, actually, you should cut this part, but I'm a gangster. I don't cry. Don't discredit
we're going to go into even that gangster because I heard some things about you.
Don't discredit my street cred.
We cannot cut out the part where you're crying because this is vulnerability. This is you.
And
this
I
is
hate being
real.
vulnerable.
Exactly. And I think that you're doing it because you're trying to protect some parts of you that is actually real. That's the part that we fuck with because I see it in all of your there's all parts of you that it's really sweet. And I think that people don't. So when you get into all these altercations, that's what they project. And I hate it. That's why this show is so important for me, my friend. It's not really to get all your details. I'm not really looking for your scandals. I can't be bothered.
Yeah.
But I really just want to connect with you. Yeah. So let's talk about our mothers.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
What happened? She wasn't there. Okay, so did they go through a divorce?
Okay, so I'm gonna make a very long story short.
Yes.
Try and make it short.
Yes.
So obviously my dad and mom got married. They went to the UK because my mom's family sent them to the UK. Yeah. You know, they helped them get there and everything. So obviously they didn't have papers when they got there. Right. And when I was 2 years old, my mom got deported from the UK. Back to Nigeria. My dad managed to get away somehow, and just keep hustling. While she got deported, they went through a divorce, like a very, very, very bad divorce.
Yeah.
And
this was 2 years after they moved into the UK.
No, is it 2 years? Probably 2.5. Going to 3.
2 years.
When I turned 2, yeah. But they weren't there for long. My brother was born in Nigeria.
Oh, you have a brother?
Yeah, older brother. He's 1989. I'm 91. Right. So yeah, probably about 3 years after they got to the UK.
Yeah.
She didn't have her papers, so she got deported to Nigeria. And then while she was in Nigeria, they went through a really bad like breakup, like very, very like bad, like very bad. But me and my brother lived with my dad. So naturally, like looking back on it now, I can understand as an adult. But then I didn't understand. So my dad literally kept us away from my mom. Like we didn't have any contact with her. We didn't have any like. He told me that she left us. Obviously, he's not going to tell us that she got deported, but too young to understand. Yeah. But he basically told us that she didn't love us. She didn't care about us. She left us. And it was just... So I grew up hating my mom, actually.
Did he do that to protect you guys?
He did it because he was hurt. So I understand as an adult now.
Yeah. So now you understand better as an adult why your dad made those decisions?
Yeah, so like at the time, I didn't understand because I was just like, why would my mom hate me? Yeah. Why would you give birth to a child and leave a child? You understand?
Yeah.
And just a lot of things happen around that I'm not going to go into detail about. But like now, and for a long time, I'm not going to lie, I resented my dad a lot because she died when I was 14. So when I got sent to Nigeria, remember I told you I got sent to Nigeria when I was 13. I saw her once And then we had like this huge argument, like this, like I was really mad at her and I was really like I was mad, like I was an angry teenager. Like I was like, how can you fucking leave me? Like, how, like, what did I do to you? Like, I didn't ask to be born. Do you understand? Like, so we had this whole like huge fight in one hotel in Ikeja. I will never forget.
At 14?
At 14. At 13. And then, no, 14. I just turned 14. It was probably a couple of days after my 14th birthday. And it was like this huge fight. And then the next time I saw her, she was dead. And then after she died, like I found out that she'd like literally tried everything to get me and my brother. Like she died giving birth. And like her sister, I remember her sister was saying that after she died, like it was us that caused her to die because she wanted us so bad and she tried to have another baby to replace us and, you know, just like typical Nigerian, whatever. But like after she died, then I found out like she built a school and put it in my name, in me and my brother's name. She even the school that I got sent to when I was in Nigeria, when I was 13. No, it wasn't hers. She'd come there to look for me, but my dad had told them not to let my mom in. Do you understand? I found out all these things after she died. So like after I'd found out, like she sent letters, she sent money, she sent everything. Like she tried, like she even got married to somebody to try and get back into the UK. Do you get? Like, but I didn't know all this until she died. And then when I found that out, I had a lot of resentment towards my dad because I felt like he stole a relationship that I could have had. Yeah. Do you understand? Because I needed her. Like I did. As much as I would do hard guy and everything, I definitely needed her. Like I didn't have any kind of mother figure. Like, you know, just basic things like starting my period or like my first boyfriend. Just, and you know, just so like teach me how to
mom,
cook,
this is what's happening in my life.
Everything. Like, you understand? You need like a mother, you know? Yeah. Just like everything. You just need a mother. So I had a lot of resentment towards him because of that. And then as I got older and I started doing therapy and stuff, I understood that he's human, you know, and everybody makes mistakes. You get like, it's not like I don't think he did it.
Is he sorry though?
Of course he's sorry. Very sorry. Very sorry. You know, we make everybody like, as you know, me that I'm saying this thing, my dad was my age, even younger than me. He was 29. Do you understand? When he was making these decisions. And I know how many stupid decisions I've made, even as I am. Do you understand? Yes. So I can't even, when I take that into consideration, I can't be mad at him. I can, you know, it still burns me. Yes, of course, because there's still so many questions that I had, so many, do you understand? So many things that are never going to be answered. Yeah.
I think that some of us, I think the older I get, the more I begin to forgive my parents, my grandparents for their choices. Just because, I mean, my mother had me at 16. The abandonment was a lot. It was huge, right? Now that I'm 25, I'm just like, I'll probably not be going to see that kid every other time because I'm on the streets trying to... But I just felt like there's so many things that she could have done to show that she was in our lives. But she was just a young girl, right? So right now it's harder to maintain. The older I get, the harder the relationship is between me and my mother. And I'm closer to my grand because she raised me, right? So my mother comes and she says, oh, she doesn't understand why I'm closer. I'm like, you were not in this picture. This was the woman that raised me. So I get the absence of the absence of your mother and what it can do to you. Yeah. I'm going for therapy because I told you I'm going to go for therapy. Because sometimes you don't know how much this trauma
affects you as an adult.
Plays out when,
but I feel like even like when you see how we grow up as children, we forget that we're watching our parents grow up as well. You understand? So like, see, like your mom had you at 16, she was still growing up. She wasn't an adult. She wasn't fully, you know.
My granny became a granny at 34.
Wow.
So now she was a bit harsh because she had to raise her kids and her grandkids. So now that I'm old, I'm just like, why were you so harsh? But she could not. So she was working 9 to 5. She would leave us with maids, but she was still very harsh. She couldn't go out because she had grandkids. She had kids that she probably thought that she made some mistakes with, and that's how they gave her grandchildren too early, right?
How many are you?
My mother has 6. My father has
16.
No, 6. No, she had me at 16, but I have 5 other siblings
that are younger, right?
Yeah, I'm the first of both of them. My father was 21, I think. Yeah, at the time. So now, even my dad, I had an issue with him for a long time. I still do a bit, but now that I'm old, I'm just like, these people did not even have this life figured out. They could have made better decisions, but I've already moved on in life, and I really want to heal, and that's what I'm working towards, healing, because I realize that it's just a loop. hurt people, give birth to hurt people, hurt them. They will go on to hurt other people. Because I know that now my granny, I'm thinking about what was going on in her head when she was 34, when she had a fabulous job, but she had to stay and raise other people's children. Because that decision, my granny always says that I was ladder for all of you all because I didn't travel. All my leave allowances went back into your lives, and we lived so well. So I did not know. I didn't know there was an issue with. I don't want to cry. Let's move on to your.
No, you must cry. I don't cry.
I don't want to cry. So let's move on.
You must cry. Continue.
But, so moving back to Nigeria, right? Because in London, I'll come back to London because I know that you're a gangster in London. I've heard your gist. But moving back to Nigeria, was it a culture shock for you? Because you have been a London girl all your life. You're raised in that space. There are ways you guys do things in the UK.
For sure.
And coming back here, first of all, you already have your own trauma you're dealing with.
Yeah.
Then you now come and meet Nigerian and Nigerianness.
Yeah.
Was it shocking for you what you met?
So when I first came, I was 13. That's the first ever time I'd ever been on a plane. That's the first time I ever entered Nigeria. That's the first, do you understand? That's the first time going to Africa as a whole. Yeah. So before then, the only things I'd seen of Nigeria or Africa is like those adverts with the flies on children. And do you understand? So I was very ignorant. I was very like, I'm not going to Africa. Yeah. Just stupid. Do you understand? Until I came. So when I came, I still had that London rude girl mentality, talk back to your teacher. Like, don't talk to me. Like, hey, they beat.
I know.
They beat.
Are you serious?
Stupid and bastard.
From you.
What?
You must have been a trouble.
Let me just tell you. So when I first came, they took me to Ibadan. They took me to a missionary. No, they took me to a missionary school. UMCC, United Missionary Comprehensive College. I'll never forget that school. And in that school, the girls, they cut their hair. And obviously they wear skirts and everything.
Discipline girls, even in this. I don't know why they do that.
So when I first went there, they're like, I have to cut my hair. That's the first thing they told me. I'm like, fucking cutting my hair. Giving them London. I'm not fucking, you can't tell me what to do.
You say fucking to them?
Fucking everything.
They go beat you.
They beat me.
Nigerian teacher. They're your second parent.
But wait, so they didn't cut my hair. I think my dad paid them. Now that I think about it, he must have paid them. So I was the only girl. And it's a girls' school. I was the only person in that school.
So they will hate you first of all.
They hated me. In that school,
and you had an accent.
I was a London girl, so they're thinking this British girl, you're not even fine. So if you move your hair, you're not even fine. They yabbed me, they beat me. I fought. So my seniors, they used to beat me. I beat them back. So because I didn't know, like, where I'm from, if you beat me, I don't care how old you are, I'm beating you back. Fuck you, like. But I didn't know if your senior beats you, you must be begging. I wasn't doing all that shit. Like, if you beat me, I'll beat you back.
You know what you just said now, right? I now understand the Nigerianness in my behavior.
Yeah.
Because I really don't fight people. I've always known to respect authority. I've always been raised to respect authority, sorry. So even when you hurt me, like, I would clear it, but I really don't. Because I've been trained to just always respect and just avoid and because I understand you. No. For you,
where I'm from, we don't do that. If you slap me, I'll slap you back. Like, I'm very from that. Like,
I need to take around Lagos more.
If you give me left, I'll give you right.
And that's not how we are here in Nigeria.
Do you understand? Like, in London, they don't care. Like, if a small boy can come and do you understand? Like, they don't.
That's what I want you to tell me the culture shock for you. What happened?
So for me, that was a culture shock. So like, even like seniors sending you to fetch water or to do this, I'm like, go fucking get your own water. Who the fuck are you? Do you understand? Like, but that's how I had to learn all those things. So in that school, they fetch water. You wake up 6 a.m., do prayers, devotion, you sweep, you cut grass, you clean pit latrine, you do all those things. So that was a shock to me. I'm like, why the fuck is there a hole in the ground and people are shitting inside?
Are they trying to punish you?
What? Like, I was like, I hated my dad because I'm like, why would you send me to suffer? Like, why would you do this to me?
What did you ever say about that?
You remember when I came, I thought I was coming on 2 weeks holiday. So it was a shock to me.
I think you're already a nuisance in the UK to him.
No, I was a nuisance. Of course I was a nuisance. They hate, like, my dad hated me. Yeah, no, I would have hated me. If I was my parent, I would have, because I used to fight every day in school. They kicked me out of my school. That's why they brought me.
And your dad was probably trying to just hustle his life in this London
like,
with two kids and the rest of the family members.
And it's not me that's disturbing.
There's always one child that's disturbing.
I swear, like, it's not me that's like messing up. So he should have sent me to that missionary school. That school is the one that changed me in this Lagos. Like, they beat. So they had to remove me from that school because I kept fighting. Like,
but did it harden you?
It hardened me very well. Like, I was not used to waking up by 5 a.m. to do devotion. By 5:30, I'll be cutting trees or not even grass. Be using cutlass and cutting tree. Like, why the fuck? Like, hire a gardener. Like, why the fuck am I doing this? That was my whole...
Look at this one.
I said, that was my whole... why is there not gardeners to do this? Why you fucking do this? Almost.
So, yeah. You have to leave that school?
Yeah, they took me out of that school.
Did you go back to the UK?
No, I went to another school in Ikeja, Wisdom Gate High School, which was more of a... polished, like it was more, it wasn't that one that they sent me to was
as
tough,
rural
like it was,
school,
no, that one was survival of the fittest. Then they brought me to this one in Ikeja, and it was like calm. It was like there were people from London there, some people that I even still talk to, like some people there. So yeah, it was cool. And then after my mom passed, then they took me back to London straight after her funeral.
When your mom was about to pass, you started forging a relationship with her when you moved here?
No, I didn't. So I remember I told you I saw her once. And we had the big argument and everything. Then the next time I saw her, she was dead. So that was literally like...
But in that argument, do you think she was sorry for...
100%. But I didn't want to hear it because I was like... remember, my dad has told me that she left me. She hated me. She didn't want me.
So that's I've built 14 years.
I've built up this anger. So I'm like, when I see you, I'm going to tell you that I hate you too. And I don't need you. But I really did need her. But this is where me forming...
Yeah, also there's a part of us that, after... that long space, you just want to stick it to her.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Just go and tell her your mind.
That's exactly what.
But you probably didn't expect what you met there. That's why you.
She was really apologetic. I remember that, and she was like crying and stuff. And I was like, why you I was really like, why are you crying? Like, what? It should be me that's crying. Like, I was really mad at her, like, because I wanted her to feel like how I felt. Like I wanted her to be like, I got bullied in school because people were like, oh, your mom left you on the doorstep. Like, you understand? Like I used to get, like
what is wrong with you?
Crazy. But like I used to like, so I like it. And for me,
how did they know though that your mom was not in your life?
So basically, my dad told one of the teachers that my mom had left. And that teacher happened to have a child that was in my class. And obviously, I guess they must have been talking in front of the child or something. But so that one now took it to the playground. And that was the playground. Anytime they want to get me, but your mom doesn't even love you. She left you on the doorstep. No, but nobody wants you.
UK kids.
Yeah, so that was like...
That's a big word for small picky to talk.
I swear. But that was like, that's what they used to...
So you already started from that abuse... From the people from the playground, though. Like that level of abuse from the playground.
Yeah, for sure.
I have to say that you're one of the best actors I've seen.
Thank you.
One of the best female actors. Even my producer said it before you walked in.
Thank you.
I saw you in... I didn't watch Sugar as much, but I watched
Castle and
Castle.
Yeah.
I loved Joshim as a character. But one character that I really, really like is I Got Flowers Today.
Oh, thank you.
You produced that, right?
It was originally a poem, and then I rewrote it into a film. So like if you go online, you can see I Got Flowers Today poem. Yeah. So it's like it was like a skeleton. So I literally bodied it, like fleshed it out.
Why did you do that piece?
Why? Honestly, it was based on a friend. I had a friend that was that was married to someone that used to beat like her like crazy, and she had a baby with him, and like we'd done everything to try and get her out of the situation, but it got to a point where we were fighting for her more than she was fighting for herself. Yeah. And it just got to a point where I just didn't know anything to say. Like we'd had the fights, we'd fought the husband, like we'd done everything, we'd been to court, we'd like done everything.
He just kept beating her.
He kept beating her.
Why?
He threw her on the street. Just the whole, I don't know, like just the whole power. I'm a man and whatever. But there was a point where he beat her and she was 9 months pregnant, and he locked her out of the house. And it was in London. It was snowing, and he locked her out of the house barefoot outside in the cold. And she's 9 months pregnant. She had to climb on top of a bin and climb through a window to get back in the house. And after that point, I was just like, why are you still like? What are you waiting till he kills you? Like, what did she say?
She's in love with him?
I don't want to say that she wasn't in love with him. She was obviously in love with him for her to still be with him.
This is Stockholm thing.
I feel like where am I going to go from here? It was just all those like, mixed emotions. Who's going to look after my baby? Just all of that. So when I did I Got Flowers Today, it was literally based on her situation. And then I didn't say anything to her when I shot it. I just put it in the group chat. And then everybody was like, hey. Yeah, I was like.
But did he used to buy her flowers?
No, but he would get her stuff. Flowers was just a
representation
symbol.
of
Yeah,
what,
it was just
yeah.
It was just a symbol. Okay, he beat you today, but he got you flowers today. Or he beat you today, he got you an iPhone tomorrow. He beat you today, he got you a something. You understand? That's never going to be. It's not okay. Like it's not. It just doesn't make sense.
I hope she's left that situation.
Actually,
right
she did, and then she went back.
That is a Stockholm syndrome. That has to be.
So it's a bit of.
We're praying for her.
Yeah,
but you wrote that. No, you didn't write it. You rearranged it or whatever you did. You made it into a short film that we watched, and it trended across the nation for days, even weeks, because lots of women could connect to it. When you were doing that, like, have you been producing before? Have you been directing? So you just did that?
Yeah, that was literally the first thing I've ever.
How did that work make you feel? Like the response to the work, how did it make you feel?
Even today, like even up until today, people still like post it and like message me about it. So like for me, obviously it started with my friend because that was like my first-hand experience of seeing somebody that's actually facing domestic violence. But for it to touch so many people really touched me, you know? And
Do you think that that's the side that people want to see more of you? Do you want to produce more stuff like that?
Yeah, for sure. I would definitely want to do more producing and definitely writing my own stuff. It's just literally finding the time and like the right team.
Because they jump every other night. They do get me late. Okay. Let's come to DSF as a DJ.
Yeah.
You know, when you first started this, I just look from camera and say, what is she doing?
I say, everybody just look.
I just look, say, we support you, boss. What is she doing? But now you have really grown in, and lockdown and everything just affected it. Boy, you're in every club raking in the. I know that you're making so much money, right? The acting, DJing, from where to where have you always been?
There's so many like elements of me. There's like DSF, there's Dorcas, there's Dokisha.
Dokisha, that's the one I really like. That's the mad London girl.
Yeah, there's like so many. So I feel like DJing is just another part of me. That's DSF. Acting is Dorcas. Dokisha is gangster. You understand?
So you sat down one day and said, you know what, I'm gonna be a DJ. I'm gonna sit
No, do you know I love music. Like I'm always, I said I used to dance. I was a dancer. So I've always loved like movement and music. I can't sing. So if I can't sing and I like music, what's the next best thing? It's not to DJ now. And like when I was younger, I used to have like little house parties and stuff, and it'll be me that'll be on YouTube. Okay, let's play the song next. Let's play the song. Do you understand? So it was me that used to. So it just naturally came to me. But then I started 2 years ago. But prior to that, I'd always wanted to learn. I just didn't want to learn the technicality behind it. I was just lazy. Like I just didn't want to learn. Yeah. And then lockdown or more.
You had time.
I had time. So I just like literally practiced and just like.
What are your plans for the new year? What are you looking for? Today's your birthday. What wishes have you made? I was supposed to blow you candles. Why did you guys not put candles on this thing?
You guys.
Fire hazard, Abby. It's true. You guys are forward thinking. But make a wish. Make 31 wishes. Right. Sorry, 13 wishes. Make 13 wishes.
Out loud?
Yeah. Things that you just want to happen in your life.
I want more money.
Okay.
I want to be successful.
Yeah.
I want to get like different acting roles like across the world. I want to make my family proud. I want my dad to grow old. I want to have kids.
Of course.
I want to find a great man.
What number is that man?
7.
You waited to 7. But I like that you waited like you got everything right before.
Yeah.
7 is the number of completion. So this year you must find a man.
I receive it!
Receive it, yes! I brought an idiot to this. When I start like this, they follow me, they do the foolishness times 2.
I receive it, I beg.
Okay, number 8.
Number 8, I want to I want to put my family and friends in a better position. Yeah. Like not necessarily like just giving them a bunch of money, but like a better lifetime position. So like put them on to things that will make them generational money. Yeah. Like not just, okay, take 5K or take 20K or do you understand? I want to put them in a position where they can be better off. Yeah. What number am I? Number 10. Almost in how do.
You can be something you've always wanted to buy, something that you've always wanted.
Ooh, I want to own 10 cars. Luxury cars.
Not a problem.
I want a private jet.
You also have your own jets.
Yes.
Good. Energy.
Amen. I want to be friends with Rihanna.
Me too.
Yeah.
Who is this?
Like, I want to be her genuine friend. Like, she's like, bitch, we're going to the strip club today. I'm like, okay,
and
let's go.
And I think you both will get along.
Yeah, I know.
So
I feel her
well.
energy. Like, I definitely feel like we'd definitely be great friends. So I'm like speaking that out.
Yeah.
So when it happens, then we can rewind to this and just be like, yeah, she spoke about it.
No, it's on this podcast. You have to give me my own flowers on this podcast. It should be here that you said it first.
Exactly. Yeah. I want to be in a film with Denzel Washington.
Why? He's fantastic, but why?
Amazing. He's just like the GOAT. Him and
childhood
Will Smith,
crush or what?
Not crush, just more of a like father. Like he's the GOAT.
Yeah.
And that's for Will Smith as well. I think like they're just like the most amazing actors I've ever seen.
Fantastic. And this your 31st year.
Yeah.
I just pray that you find more peace and you're happy, as you said. And that whatever trauma that you have dealt with, God will help you.
Thank you.
With that, and also just calm down, me man, love you. Just more. I feel like if you're in a relationship, I'm not going to see you outside as much. You could just come and say, I'm not around.
Do you know what? A lot of people see me outside and they think I'm just outside. A lot of times it's work cool. Like it's paid. Sometimes the club will pay me just to go. Do you understand? So yeah, I'd be outsider, but not really like that. If I have man now, how's that good? Do you understand? But like now I'm looking for...
you pray for the man that would understand your work and support you.
Yeah.
But everything is gonna happen for you this year.
Amen.
Do you believe it?
I receive it.
This year, my pastor said this year is the year of endless possibilities.
Amen.
So you probably find a man this year.
Amen.
Get that private jet this year.
Somebody's son go find me.
Yeah, what he was said.
I think you should play that as the outro.
For where? This show?
Yeah.
Maybe this show.
Okay, sorry.
Okay. No, I don't know. I want to play him. Okay. Oh, the editors, right?
Yes, no.
That bit you can. Yeah. I don't know. This song can agree. Anyway, thank you so much for coming on my show.
Thank you for having me. Honestly, I feel like this is probably the most vulnerable I've been on any.
You should try it more.
I don't do interviews. Like, I don't like send. I don't care for like. Yeah. I swear, like people. That's another misconception people have. They think I'm arrogant, but I genuinely don't like interviews.
I think you're arrogant.
Fuck you.
But it's not a bad thing. Like, I think there's a level of arrogance to you, and that comes from knowing almost who you are too much. It's a problem.
Yeah.
I just feel like I'm Dorcas and
But it's not even that. It's just because one, I'm lazy. Like I beg, if you're not paid, why am I going to interview? I beg, don't pay me. I know you said that.
Thing that used to be
but like it's just like I beg, maybe just day. Like I hate all those red carpet. I hate like I don't want to. I don't got Miss Yan. Like I don't want to
say something that's not right.
Yeah, I don't want to now end up on one blog or just.
I think that it's because of your past. You think that the more you do, the more you get into trouble. But
yeah,
I don't think,
but I just rather just not. So like
this new DSF, I really like this. I feel like there's a new DSF, right? That has come into power, right? So you're very focused on your shit. I really want you to just keep this DSF alive. Let's have BD. It's hard because some people will come for you as usual.
Yeah, for sure.
But you're doing so well, my love.
Thank
and I'm going to go to lunch with you finally. Because, I think that there's so much we have to talk about even going forward. Thank you for coming on my show. Let's sip some champagne.
Thanks, dear.
Happy birthday to you, babes.
Thank you, boo.
This was a wholesome episode. I didn't think I was going to cry. You made me cry.